Hey, everybody, and welcome to those of you who are live. I see Grace in Ottawa and Mary in Austin. Michelle's in Ohio. Woo woo. I'm in Ohio too. Facebook user in New Jersey. I can't see your name. We got Philly. You guys, click the link up above hopefully I have the link up there that gives StreamYard permission to give me your name so I don't just see this Facebook user. Hey, Jan, Charleston, West Virginia. Bob, also known as Hawkeye. Nancy is in Indianapolis, aren't you? And we've got Harlan in Manhattan, Rochester, Indiana. You guys, awesome. Okay, let's get to it because this, as I have been like saying all week long, and look, I know my glasses are crooked or my ears are crooked. My head is crooked. I don't know what's going on here, but we're just going to have to deal with it until I can't. If I can't deal with it, I'll switch to these, but I can't really see out of those as well. Let's get to it. Hello, Christine. We are talking about AI and automation, my favorite thing to talk about right now. Real quick, I'm Jen Lehner. If you're just joining the five-day challenge, even though today is day 5, you're actually not too late because as soon as you sign up, it's going to take you to the page where all of the recordings are from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and of course today. Click there to sign up for the challenge if you haven't already. And if you want to keep the recordings, you sign up for the VIP offer. It's $27 and that'll let you keep these trainings. Monday, we got to zero inbox. Tuesday, we talked about our favorite plugins. Wednesday, we talked about how to organize our digital stuff. Thursday, we talked about project management, very simple project management. And today, yes, ma'am, it is all about automation and AI in a practical way, in a way that like you can really use in your business. I'm not just here to just show you cool stuff. I would love to see in the chat how many people have actually already watched. Hey, Amy, how many people have actually watched the training today? Well, I'm not going to give you the training on this live stream because it's over there and it's not that long of a video. It is the longest one in the series, probably 25 minutes. Hey, Candace, but it had to be. It just had to be. I could have made it 2 hours for all that I had to share with you. But today, I do want to highlight all the stuff. Okay. So we started off the training with a tool called HeyGen. It's taken the world by storm. Chances are you've already seen it. It's HeyGen. And that's basically makes a a replica of you, a clone of you. And, I didn't address this in the video, but I will say it here. And that is like, I get that this stuff can be used for very bad. It already is. Like there was news. I heard on the news the other day that they prototyped the president's voice. They cloned it and it sounds exactly like him. And then they did thousands of robocalls in New Hampshire and told all the Democrats it was the president saying, stay home. There's really no point in you coming out to vote. And they don't know how many homes that it actually reached, but it really sounded exactly like him. So obviously the bad people are going to do bad things with it, but we're going to use all this stuff for good, right? We are going to use it. That's the way to combat the bad, is to just use it for good. Okay. So let's get that out of the way. So there's HeyGen, where it was, it definitely looked very, zombie-like, but my likeness was very accurate. The mouth movement is very accurate. And you saw me speak in fluent Japanese, fluent French, fluent Spanish. I could have made it Swahili. It's fluent. It's unbelievable. And my lips are matching perfectly. So you just have to think about what, if you're wanting to do, if you are a person that is wanting to open up in international markets. I mean, this is just amazing. Okay. Then we talked about, and I'm going to show you a cool demo that I didn't show you in the video that I just did literally before 10 minutes of going live, that I wanted to show you as a use of the data part. Then we talked about video.ai, VIDYO.ai. a lot of you are already using this. I'm so mad at myself. Don't you hate it when you look at something that you've already published and then you realize you left out something really important? The part that I left out of this was that this tool, you upload a long video, like 45 minutes long. Okay. I don't remember what the cap is, but I think 45 minutes. So you upload a 45-minute video and then it chops it up into short form videos for you. But it doesn't just do that. It actually understands the beginning, middle, and end of a whole thought, right? So there had been tools like this in the past over the several years. If you're a big AppSumo fan or Product Hunt, you know that these things have popped up over the years, but they were good in theory, but like really they were so clunky and you had to do so much editing on the back end that you ended up being the bottleneck anyway. And it was like, what is the point of this? I'm wasting like way too much time. And so let me get these comments up here. So that's what's extraordinary about this. So many of you as coaches, consultants, public facing people, you're doing webinars, you're getting on stages. Well, you can take all that content now and have content for months and jump on this short form video, you know, trend that is so popular right now. It's going to change. Well, I don't know what it's going to be. Already I could tell you there's a shift from super edited with all the bells, whistles, and cartoon pop-ups and all that to just like super simple, direct, whatever, which suits me just fine, makes our job that much easier. But this tool alone will save you countless hours. So like that's a must have. Fathom, built right into FATHOM, built right into your Zoom, or you could go to Fathom, to their website. But, and Nick, oh, thank you. I just want to make sure you're getting these up there. It just, if you have someone on your team, or if not worse, or God forbid, you are the only person on your team and you have been processing your Zoom videos, like waiting for them to download or upload to the cloud. And then you maybe edit them and then you do the transcripts and then you do the notes and the timestamps and whatever. And then you have to send it to your client, right? Like after you've had your meeting. Not only, this does everything and then some. So you'll see it in the video. It's so crazy good. And in fact, you don't even have to mail it. You can make it so that anybody who is attending the meeting, Fathom will automatically mail it to them. We don't do that last part. We like to make it in our own like template, but incredibly time saving because everybody's doing Zooms. You're doing Zooms. Okay, Birdhouse, BYRDHOUSE. This one, and by the way, everything I'm mentioning, I do a deep dive demo, not deep dive, but I do a demo of each of these on the video. So make sure you go watch the video. So Birdhouse is, again, back to opportunities in international markets and just shrinking our world so that we can better communicate with each other. This maybe goes in the for good column. Like this is using AI for good things. And that is, it's real-time translation. So if you're talking to someone on a Zoom call and they're speaking Japanese and you're speaking English, in real time, the words pop up on the screen in your language. So it's translating, putting up translated captions in real time. And if not soon, it may already be happening, for sure that it's just going to be a matter of days or weeks when there'll be some great piece of software that does, in addition to the captions, actually makes the sound come out in the language. And then if you fast forward 30 years, maybe language all becomes homogenized. I don't know, but I don't know what the repercussions are, but just crazy good. Okay. The next two I referenced yesterday. I may have referenced on day 2 when we talked about plugins, but these two pieces of software make it so that you have no excuse anymore for not having documented procedures in your business. Okay. The first one is Guide. The other one is Scribe. It's it's called Scribe, but you get there by going to scribehow.com, I believe. And they are plugins, and I think I'll just share my screen. I'm not going to go through because I know I'll somehow goof it up, but I'll show you the output of these and explain to you how basically how it works. So no, I'm not going to do that because I know I'm just gonna mess up. So let me just explain to you in short, and it's on the video. But what it does is it follows. So you just press a button and you do the thing, and what you do, like for example, let's say you want to show how to create a Gmail template in Gmail. Takes you 2 seconds. You got to do it anyway. You're about to do it for yourself. So you just click the plugin and you go ahead and do your thing. While you're doing your thing, this little plugin is following your mouse and everything. Plus it's like based on context, like understanding which mouse click counts and which kind of does it and what you're doing on your keyboard, all the things. And then the second that you're done, it gives you Scribe gives you just this beautiful, minimalist, gorgeous screen capture with an arrow that says, do this. Next picture, number 2, do this. Next picture, do this. Does it all for you. It does it all for you instantly. And you can really quickly edit a step if you need to. Takes 2 seconds. So there's that. Guide, Guidde, what it does is it does all of that plus a video. And it's crazy. You could put your branding on the video, and I'm talking automatically. Branding on the video, pick the AI voice you want to use to talk through it. So now you've got video and you've got the backup transcripts. And in fact, not just transcripts, the documentation. So depending on cost, and I haven't had a chance to look into this, but I am definitely thinking about using this to incorporate in my online programs. Like, for example, one of my programs that teaches you how to hire and train your virtual assistant. You know what? Actually, all of my programs, we have some version of what we call a tech tank, so that if you ever get to a part of the program that there's something that's not clear, and it's usually tech related, people will email us and say, well, I'm not sure how to do such and so. Then we'll create a training and we put it in the tech tank that answers that specific question. If anybody ever has a question later on, there it is. Well, now, these can be part of our tech tank library, right, Nika? Don't you think that's a good idea? Yeah. Okay. She's giving me the nod. Okay. Okay. Well, there you go. It looks like Birdhouse already does what they call voice-to-voice translation on their business tier. Not surprised at all. Okay. Now, the next one that I demonstrated was Claude.ai. Okay. Claude is owned by, oh my God, not Perplexity, but oh my gosh. Anyway, they're not owned by OpenAI. They're the other one. The name is, I'm totally blanking on. Nika's telling me. Who? Okay, just put it in the chat. So Anthropic. Thank you, Nancy. And the thing about Claude, although I'm thinking it might end up being like a VHS Betamax kind of thing, for you people who are around my age will understand that analogy, might get pushed out, but it is kind of more conversational than ChatGPT, and it's more newly trained. So the information is a little newer, fresher. But I'm mentioning Claude, and I talked about how I was using Claude as a thought partner. And of course, you can use ChatGPT as a thought partner, and it's a great way to think of these large language models in general. So when you're working on anything at all, you have that chat bot, you have that box open, and you can be like, is there a statistic for this? Can you give me a metaphor for this? Can you give me an outline for this thing I'm thinking about doing? I mean, a million different things. But in the particular example that I gave was, I asked how, because I was creating a presentation about how Claude could be your thought partner, and to give me some examples. And then Claude replied, Well, a lot of different things. And he said, also, I can give you feedback on your presentation, you know. And I was like, what do you mean feedback? And Claude said, well, how fast you talk, your eye contact. And I was like, oh, well, really? Okay. So how would I do that? And he was like, well, you would upload the video. So anyway, I uploaded the video to Google. To Google Drive. I got the link. I put it in there. And what Claude gave back was like, gave me goosebumps, because Claude said all the things that actually, so I recorded myself doing the presentation, just a quick run through the slide deck, and I talked and all of that. Your eye contact is not direct. You're talking too fast. There were a lot of filler words. Like, all true, all true. So that was kind of mind-blowing. Claude has garnered a lot of respect from AI people. I wouldn't be surprised if Amazon or someone else buys them, although all of the players like Amazon and Microsoft have already invested in Claude. True, all true. Okay, then we talked about ChatGPT, and the example that I gave. I mean, we could talk about ChatGPT all day, but I didn't want the training to be about ChatGPT because you're getting enough of that. Didn't want to talk about prompts for sure, because with the prompting, I mean, everybody is talking about that. You just ask the AI for the prompts, like what would be the best prompts for whatever. I mean, you know what I mean? It's kind of meta, but you don't need more prompts. So the example that I gave was how to create a massive amount of content using ChatGPT and Canva. They work beautifully together. So you can watch the video to watch the whole thing, but essentially I asked ChatGPT for tips for working with a virtual team, 30 tips. And, I don't think I had to edit a single one. Like, I really loved all the tips. So I just copied and pasted them into a Google Sheet. Google Sheet, you can bulk upload into Canva. Canva has stock video. So you can have like video background, and each of the different tips plopped on top of this template. It just autofills, basically 30 videos, 30 tips. I chose to, for the demo, it took me 2 minutes. While I was recording that video, I did a video of me at my computer, typing at my, sort of side view at my computer. That was the stock video that I used for the example, but it turned out so well. I mean, I was really just doing it for you guys for the video. Turned out so well. I'm using that content over on TikTok. Like, why not? It works. You can add sound, all of that. Okay. The other example that I gave was how to use it as your in-house data analyst. And so I talked about how you can take a CSV. And by the way, a CSV is just comma separated value. So if you have a spreadsheet and you export it as an CSV, that's how it formats it. So you can now upload that into GPT, and then you can just ask it to analyze it for you. So I will share my screen now and just show you this most very recent conversation that I had. And let me make sure you're seeing my screen. Okay, you are. All right. So I put in this spreadsheet of people. Wait a minute. That's not it. Here we go. Of people who have joined our most recent pop-up group. That's a lot of you guys. And I said, what are the most interesting comments you see here? Okay. And I love that it gave it a number. I didn't ask it to, but this correlates with the number on the spreadsheet, right? It didn't give me a name. It's just like the correlates on the number. And it's telling me, I didn't define what interesting meant, but as it turns out, what it gave me was kind of interested. Like, this person said, I'm trying to get started, in response to the question about having a VA or a team. This person mentioned transformational coaching and that they're preparing to launch, suggesting that they're in an exciting phase of business development. This person described their business as food education charity aimed at primary and intermediate children. This person said their business was camp yoga, a weekend summer camp experience for adults, coupled with their need for a better understanding of VA roles and responsibilities. So, Seth Godin said, and I love Seth Godin, and I quote him all the time. But he said, "Don't find customers for your products. Find products for your customers." Uh, can't think of a better way to do that than to take all this existing data that we're all just sitting on and asking ChatGPT to figure it out. Like, what are even the good questions to ask? Like, ask ChatGPT. Like, here's a bunch of data. This is what I do. Can you think of some good ways for me, some good questions for me to ask you about using this data? Um, you could do, and I gave this example the other day, if you're a person that writes proposals, then how about you take like your proposals from the last 2 years, all the ones that won, all the ones that didn't, won the business, lost the business, and then ask GPT to find the trends. What do they have in common? What are you missing? What do the winning proposals have that the losers don't, that you need to pay attention to? So many. Like, the other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to keep going back and asking questions about the people who have shared information with me to understand them better. So, okay, I think I made that point. And that is, so now let me look at some of the comments and let's see if there's any questions. Here's a video demoing it. Demoing what? I'm finally live and we've got Florida in the house. Unfortunately, I cannot see who you guys are. I'm so sorry. And okay, so I'll wait for any comments or questions. Our VIP group, we will go even deeper than this at 2 p.m. And remember, when you're in VIP, you get all the you get to keep all the recordings. Monday, we are going to do a bonus webinar. That is, there's the link. There's the link for the bonus workshop. I highly encourage you to join live if you can. Yes, there will be a replay, but I'm telling you, you're going to want to be live. That's what I'm going to say about that. And I think, thank you, Mary. Thank you so much. Any questions or comments? I really, really appreciate you spending this week with me. I had so much fun. I mean, obviously I'm working, but it's like anything. When you're interested in something and then there's other people that are interested too, it just makes it that much more fun. So I'm just so glad that y'all have been interested in this stuff. And yeah. Let's see. Nancy said the comment about the video demoing it was referring to using your own voice in the guide SOP, I believe. Oh, yeah. And we use my clone voice a lot around here, a couple of different ways. So we use a platform called play.ht. There's also 11 labs that when I went to traffic and conversion, a lot of people were talking about 11 labs. We think play.ht is so good. I'm going to go. I haven't messed around with 11 labs yet. So that's on my list of things to do. But we use it a lot. So I do a daily flash briefing Monday, every day of the week. If you have an Amazon Lexi, we're just going to call her Lexi so we don't wake her up, or a Google Home device, and you add my show to your broadcasts, your flash briefings, then you'll hear me every morning about 3 minutes long, giving you the updates in the world of social media and marketing and AI. And it has been so wonderful because I've been doing it every single day for many years, and like 4 or 5 years. And now what we can do is we can just take the script and put it into play.ht, and my simulated voice will do the broadcast. I mean, I could do that. I could make it that way every day, but I enjoy doing it. So I'm not, but it's really nice that I can take a day off or a week off or 3 weeks off. And I always tell the audience that, that it's fake Jen and not real Jen. And I always, sorry, I got distracted. Oh, and I'll play with other voices. Like there's this old man voice that sounds like Alfred Hitchcock, and oh, I love his voice. He's great. So, okay, what time? Noon. The workshop, is it at noon or 2 p.m.? Which one? 2? 2 p.m. Um, and no, I was referring to the voice to voice on Birdhouse. Yes. No, I saw that you said that. Are you saying that's what that Loom video was? Um, that is amazing, and I'm not surprised at all. So on Bird's business tier, you can access that. That's just amazing. And then imagine like coupling that with AI and virtual reality, and like the fact that, virtual reality, I never like was super into virtual reality. I never really got where I never was convinced that the metaverse with Mark Zuckerberg was, gonna really take off. I mean, who knows, maybe it will. But the one thing that has always intrigued me about VR, is the idea that like we could have on special gloves and we could be in our virtual world and we could shake hands and I could squeeze your hand really, really hard. You would feel that. Oh my God, that gives me the creeps. Do you know what I mean? Like the implications of that are just crazy. Haptic, they're like haptic gloves. And yeah, so in a sense, you're like touching each other, but we're across the world from each other. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing that. I'm going to check that out. And Nancy and Mark is still all in on finding a way to make AI and metaverse work together. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Donna says, I'll be boarding a cruise on Monday for my parents' 70th wedding anniversary. Wow, that is amazing. Congrats to your mom and dad. So I'll have to make the replay. I have really enjoyed this as I'm older. So thanks for the VIP as my brain is about to explode with all this great info. Well, Donna, thank you for joining us. And I really appreciate it. Also, congratulations to everybody who won prizes this week from posting their homework. And guess what? You could still win prizes. We're going to do a drawing a little later. We've been doing them at about like after the VIP call. So sometime after like 3:00. And the only thing you have to do to qualify is to post your homework. So today the homework is look for this meme in the group, and all you have to do is just post a picture, a screenshot of one of the AIs you've tried because of the training, not something that you've already done before, or just post some feedback about what you're looking forward to, what you want to try, or what you've already tried. I would say my top picks for you, if you had to have any takeaway, if the main takeaways that I would say are sort of like no brainers that without even knowing your business, I would say everyone needs. And that is the either Scribe or Guide. And they all have free trials. So, test them out and see what you like. And the video, vidyo.ai. Because the reason I can say everyone needs it is because I kind of think that if you want to make your best marketing effort in your business and really give it your all, everybody needs to be doing video. So, so you might be, well, I'm not doing video. Well, do video and then use video. vidyo.ai. Okay. Mary says, yes, thanks again. And waiting to hear from Nika. Nika will be in touch with you probably in this very second. Okay, everybody. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope to see you next week. I think you're going to love it. This is Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Try to be there live if you can. We're going to send you a lot of notifications. I'm going to tell you that right now. You're going to get a lot of emails from us. And all you have to do is we do put an option that allows you to unsubscribe from what we're talking about now, but stay on our list if you want to do that. That way you don't have to opt out completely from our list. You just won't hear any more about the webinar or this series or whatever. Okay. So remember that. And then any of our phone reminders that we've been sending you, you just type stop and it doesn't hurt anybody's feelings. I get it. I hit stop all the time. I sign up. You know how they make you get those 10% discounts? Like, well, of course you're going to sign up for the discount because they're going to give you 10 or 15% off. But you give them your email, then you give them your phone, and then they just blast you every 5 minutes. So I always hit stop. Okay, now I'm full on ramble. Have a great rest of your day. Those of you in thank you. Those of you in VIP, I will see you in about an hour and a half. Not too late to join VIP if for no other reason to keep those recordings. And you have access to the beautiful members portal where those recordings live. And you'll be able to come to the VIP session at 2 p.m. if you want. And you get the big giant printable wall calendar as well. Let's not forget that. Okay, that's it. Bye, everybody. See you soon.